In today's video, we are talking about the massive problems with the Yamaha R1. We ran into a group of leader bikes and had a pretty wild ride from there. But of course, we are on an R1 today, so we can't forget about what it does best. Well, in front of me, I have a 2023 Yamaha R1. We also got the Gen 3 next to it, all fixed up mainly from the crash, besides the little fairing piece, which we'll talk about in just a second. I'm not gonna lie, typically I'm not a huge fan of all black bikes, but this R1 looks sleek, man. I love it. He's got some really nice tasteful mods on the bike, including an SC project. This bike is ridiculously loud. I thought the S1000 was loud in the video previously. Just wait until I turn the key over on this bike. Anyways, we all know the Yamaha R1s look good. That's not why we're here today. We are here to talk about the massive problem with these machines. Actually, a massive problem that really nobody talks about, and honestly the main reason I have yet to buy an R1. And if you're a stranger to the channel, let me briefly fill you in on something before we get into the ride. I have rode every superbike on the market, and hands down, the Yamaha R1 is the most fun. In my opinion, it's honestly no comparison for me. The riding experience on this bike is just something you don't get on any other bike. Anyways, I've been working on this video for quite some time, as I do love to make informative videos, but obviously we're gonna have some fun on the R1, man. We're gonna throw the front wheel up. We're gonna do some Yamaha R1 things today. That is an absolute for sure. I also just want to mention that this is years of information that I've gathered from tons of friends having R1s. A lot of people reaching out to me and sharing their experience of the Yamaha R1, of their ownership. So we're gonna talk about the pros and cons of this bike today, what I love so much about this bike, which makes it so much fun for me, the most fun. And then we're gonna talk about the huge problem with these R1s that are literally destroying these bikes. Anyways, without further ado, we're gonna have the homie CK. He's gonna hop on the Gen 3 S1000. So no more talking, let's hop on the R1 and let's get into the video. The boy, look at the boy. The white fit on the white bike. Looks meant to be. Alrighty, man, I'm so excited to hop back on the R1. Holy! Oh my lord. Nah, this is crazy, bro. The SC on the crossplane. Nah, no way. I have no clue who's out today either, so all I do know is we are on a loud R1. Wow, the torque. So reason number one why R1s are the best, the torque. I would say the RS-V4s are definitely similar, but I don't know, man. This bike definitely just takes the RS-V4, in my humble opinion. Alright, again, we're on another bike with the worst mirrors ever. Again, I get to look at my arms and just reminds me that I don't hit the gym. Thank you, stealth mirrors. Oh my god, dude. The SC sounds crazy. Hey. So as you can see, the bike's got a little bit of damage right there on the fairings. Besides that, pretty much everything on this bike has been replaced. Waiting for some fairings. Hopefully we'll get it before we go out of town. Oh, dude. It's like a half 1,000 RPM of throttle. I mean, you can't beat that crossplane sound. A lot of people don't like it. I know it's not as harsh as the Ducati V4s, like with a dry clutch, but a lot of people do kind of categorize this sound as just not being the greatest to hear, but I love the R1 crossplane noise. It's just ridiculously fun. I'm literally doing the speed limit. How is the speed limit fun? It's because I'm on an R1, that's why. So like I said when I talked about in the intro, this video has been long in the making. Everything that I'm going to talk about is just resources that I've taken from all the homies who reached out to give me their experience before I did make this video. So another thing I love too about the R1s is just dipping these things over. It just feels so nimble. There's a big reason why these bikes are so heavily used on the track. if I had to categorize the rider's bike, the guy who's not super worried about going fast in a straight line, just likes to have fun, this is the bike right here. Because although these bikes aren't super fast, let's get a little feel of the clutch before we hop on the highway. So the big problem I want to talk about today with this R1 is unfortunately the oil starvation with these motors. They have a huge issue when running these motors off the red line consistently, or if you're doing wheelies on this bike. There's something up with the oil pump, the passage on these motors. It's not distributing the oil correctly in certain areas of the motor when you are banging it off the red line or doing longer wheelies. So, man, that S1K looks so good. Alright, let's see what we can do real quick. Dude, I don't even have to clutch this bike up, man. Dude, just power wheelies everywhere. All over. It's oh, man. I don't think there's any other bike that brings me this much miles. I talked to Abe, which if you guys aren't familiar with Abe Rides, he does a lot of Instagram content, and he is no stranger of owning R1s. He's actually had multiple R1s, and the first R1 that he had was good to him all the way up to 22,000 miles. So he wasn't really doing no wheelies or anything. He started to get good at wheelies around 22,000 miles is what he told me. And not even 4,000 miles later, the engine went on that brand new R1. So fast forward a little bit, he decides to have the motor built. The motor was built with some extra goodies in the internals and had a perfect break-in. And that motor only lasted 6,500 miles. So like I said, I talked to a bunch of different R1 owners and I got a bunch of different info. Majority of the people who are having a lot of problems with these R1 motors, the consistent back-to-back, it's the wheelies. My friend Bradley, he picked up a 2020, and again, he started getting good at wheelies, and the motor was gone within 2,500 miles. I have a friend that's local, and he took his R1 in for a valve adjustment the other day, and the valves were pretty much dropped. He has not been able to ride at all. This entire season, he hasn't been able to ride because of these problems on the R1, man. I'm not going to sit here and say that R1s are like the worst bike. Like, that's not what I'm saying. I will call some bullshit out, though, when I see it. Once is like, okay, twice might be a coincidence, but like 9 or 10 times from 9 or 10 different people. Alright, we gotta get around these cars, man. I'll talk in a moment on why I think Yamaha has these problems too. Going downhill, the bike just still wants to pick up on that second gear pull. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't think this is my favorite bike, but I do have the most fun on this bike. Look at these fall colors too, man. It looks so good. It's a reminder of what's coming. And I'm not looking forward to it. I am looking forward to hopping on the highway on the R1, baby. Listen just to the sound of this. The rev matching on the R1 sounds so good. Man, I just want to throw this bike up in the air like every second I can. Just the amount of torque, it just makes things so freaking easy. again, like I said, I'm on the hunt for a new bike. If you guys haven't checked the last video, so that's why also I'm on R1. I really mainly wanted to hop on here and make this video about the problems with this R1, because again, like I said, nobody's talking about it, and people who do like the wheelie are buying these brand new R1s and blowing them after a couple oil changes. So easy. Once you get it up, it doesn't want to come down. I will say too, the seating position on this is pretty freaking comfortable considering it's a super sport. And most of them I'm like hunched over, leaned over. I'm kind of just in an upright position. Hey yo! Homie just flexed on me on the 400. I don't want no smoke, bro. I don't want no smoke. CK's enjoying this 1000. The cosplaying so much. It is just such a shame that they have these problems. How many miles is on this bike? 5,349. I'm curious to see, because CK, the guy who owns this bike, who's riding on my S1000 right behind me, he's been doing wheelies, but he's starting to get really good at them. So, and we got the homies just chilling in the back. I think he's about to throw it up with her on the back. Nah! No way, yo! Oh, he's slow! He's slowing it down, too! Oh, the shit! Let's go! Let's go! He's certified, yes sir! I just went to go hit my cruise control. Yo, I am spoiled. BMW's got me spoiled. Yo! Okay! Let's go! She wants to do it. Hey, yo, what? S1000 ZX10r R6. The crazy the timing, we just literally hopped on the highway and see them. Oh, we got traffic, as always. these guys are getting into. Looks like we're about to have some fun. Pretty quickly. Let's go. Alrighty, well, we'll let the homies go. We got some of the homies behind that we gotta let catch up. But anyways, that definitely spiced the ride up a little bit. Holy! I hope in the future they do figure out these problems. If I didn't see people popping motors on these bikes left and right, I would 100% have an R1. It's without a question. I think aesthetically they look one of the best. They sound one of the best. And the way it just rides and just gives you that feeling of just power wherever. It does not matter. It really does check off like everything on the list. The R1 does for me, so. Also, I'm not going to sit here and say it's not logical that these motors aren't going. If you think about it, when you are wheeling the bike and you have it in a vertical position, the oil's only really chilling at the bottom of the motor and it's not really getting pushed into other areas of the motor like the top. That's why you'll see a lot of the stunt guys who have like 636s and they do like circle wheelies, very slow mile-an-hour wheelies. They will do the oil pump mod, which is basically like a secondary oil pump that pushes more oil to those places of the motor. You're not sitting there starving your motor when you're banging it off redline or you're doing the long wheelies. You can still have fun. I'm not too sure if they do that on these R1s though. You'd think somebody out there would make it, or eventually more people are going to talk about this problem. It'll be on forums. Hopefully a company will put out a solution if Yamaha doesn't attend to it. So, and again, like I said, Bradley bought his 2020 and it blew up at 2,500 miles and it's still happening on the brand new 2024s. So it's just a problem that they're not dealing with. You can't make a bike this fun and expect people not to do crazy things on it. These bikes are meant to do fun things, and if I can't do fun things on the bike, I don't want it. I don't care how fun it is. If it's gonna blow up on me, it's not getting my cash. Just kidding, I'll probably buy an R1. Not as my next bike though, or will I? I don't know. I still literally have not decided. It would be such an easy decision, man, if these R1s were chill. Why can't they just be chill, dude? yo. Here it comes up. I don't even have to touch the clutch. It's just crazy. Third gear at 97 miles per hour. Downshifts, Hell yeah, dude. What you think?
Not bad, not bad.
Yeah, this thing feels great too.
Yeah.
Like when you're tipping it over in the corners, feels like just that's where it should be, you know?
The exhaust is refreshing. Having an R7 and an R1, that deep tone.
Yeah.
It gets annoying, and this is like the dream, like kids sport bike sound.
Right? But yeah, no, this is fun, dude. I love the R1s, man. And do you know about the oil starvation problem?
I've been told to overfill it a little bit.
You've been told to just overfill it, pretty much? And that's what I typically do on my S1K. It's only from wheel boys that like blow the motor. You know, I don't hear it from like, because I reached out to quite a few people, like the track riders even who don't do wheelies, they're fine. Huh. But the people who are like doing long wheelies, they go.
So what you're telling me, they shouldn't get good at wheelies when I'm over?
Dude, I don't know, bro. This is a 2023, right? 24? Oh shit, it's a brand new one. This is a brand new one. We got the gang with us. Some of the homies from out of town who pulled up. Alrighty, well, we're pretty much wrapping up the ride on the R1. Gotta talk a lot about the things I wanted to with the R1. The brand new 2024 R1 looks so nice in this all black, man. These taillights are hard to beat too. I know they look kind of like the Panigale V4s, but look so good. Definitely my favorite tail section on any super bike. But anyways, we had a ton of fun on the R1. We're gonna say a little prayer for CK that the motor doesn't go since he's starting to get good at wheelies. Anyways, if you guys own an R1 or have any ownership experience, drop a comment. I'm super curious because like I said, I'm still in the hunt for a new bike and I'm not completely sold on anything just yet. So definitely looking for some feedback from you guys because I know we have some R1 homies that watch the videos. The big beefy winglets in the front look so good. Shout out to the SC exhaust for always blowing out my eardrums with my permission. I appreciate all your guys' support in the recent videos as always, and I will see you guys in the next one.